Kwa wale ambao walikuwa wanasema kwamba kwa sababu sasa hivi Ruto anamsupport sijui Raila kule AU, hawezi akasema bla bla bla, punguza bei ya unga, punguza sijui bei ya nini. Mmekiona kitu ambacho amekizungumza? Mmekiona kitu ambacho Raila amezungumza? Na niliwaambia vizuri kabisa hapa before hata niwaonyeshe hiyo speech au video, nataka niwahakikishie kwamba Ruto ama serikali kuamua kumsukuma Raila Odinga ili ang'ang'anie nafasi kule AU, okay, kivyao nao wanaweza wakatamani kuona kwamba okay, kwa sababu tunamfanyia hivi na yeye anatakiwa kufanya hivi. You understand? Sisi tunamsukuma yeye asitupigie kelele, asituambie kitu ambacho tunatakiwa kufanya. Hiyo haitakiwi kutoa nafasi ya serikali ya Kenya Kwanza kufanya wanavyotaka, na hiyo haitakiwi kumzuia Raila Odinga kumwambia William Samoei Ruto kwamba unapaswa kufanya A, B pamoja na C. And I'm very happy kuona namna ambavyo Raila bado anasisitiza yale ambayo alikuwa anayazungumza mwanzoni, ndio anazungumzia sasa hivi, hata baada ya kupewa hiyo support ambayo nyinyi mmekuwa mkizungumzia ya AU. So kama ni swala la unga, kama ni swala la IBC, kama ni swala la nini, bado Raila kichwa chake, mwili wake, kila kitu chake kiko pale kwamba lazima marekebisho yawe na yakuwe. Isitumike AU, isitumike kama silaha ya kumsimamisha labda Raila Odinga au hata mfuasi wa Azimio la Umoja. Hapana. Kama ni kusupport, hiyo ni kitu kingine tofauti. Kama ni swala la ushuru na kuongeza nini, hiyo ni kitu kingine tofauti. Huwezi kuniambia eti kwa sababu anamsupport kwa AU ndo anatakiwa kufanya sini, na hiyo haiwezekani. So I think watu ambao hawajaiona kitu ambacho kimefanyika wanaweza wakaiona hapa, na wale ambao tumekutana kwa mara ya kwanza nawaambia asante, lakini kikubwa zaidi msubscribe kwa ajili ya kuendelea kupata taarifa nyingi na mpya kila wakati. Muona kitu ambacho kimefanyika, kinaichumwa kina nani, wamefika, na majadiliano yamekuwa ni kama haya. Tazama.
In Wamalwa was send apologies, and I think on the part of Kenya Kwanza, any absentee? Yeah, Mheshimiwa Cecily Barire, who has had a very busy 2 days, yesterday and today, hosting the International Women's Day in Embu, where I think she was also in the company of the President. So today, our task is simple. We just come to report progress, and in reporting that progress, we are indeed very honored to make a presentation to His Excellency here, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, who appointed our side of Azimio team. And allow me also to say our work was made relatively easy by a very competent secretariat, men and women who came from the National Assembly, and also you can see there Professor Law, Adam Solo, and our brother Zain Abubakar, and we had here Mudhomi. Where is Mudhomi? I cannot pronounce the other name where Mudhomi is. I find Mudhomi very easy. And Ojwang and Biteki. Biketi and I come a very long way, so it should be on this side. But anyway, these are our jokes. We had moments of light discussion, serious engagement. We had moments of serious disagreement, and they were all, we did not hide anything. For example, we never agreed on a very important subject as far as Azimio was concerned, and that was on the high cost of living. We have also reported progress to our principal here, and I'm quite sure the other principal is also adequately briefed. So I now welcome Kimani to come and make his remarks. An amazing young man from Kikuyu. Sometimes he can talk very loud.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, former Prime Minister. Your Excellency, former Vice President, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka. honorable members of NADCO, and members of the fourth estate, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Or evening. Your Excellency, Prime Minister, as my co-chair, Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, has said, we are here to formally and officially hand over to you the product of the work that yourself and the President did task this team to work on. Your Excellency, as we have briefed you in the boardroom, and as His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka has pointed out, we had difficult times. We also had easy times on some of the subjects that were before us. We began not on a very easy note, but eventually, Your Excellency, we can report to you that we were able to surmount all the challenges that we began with, and eventually agreed on 5 thematic areas that we would tackle, and on an agreed agenda, unlike the way we had begun initially. And eventually, we did agree on almost 90% of the issues that you did task us to address in the National Dialogue Committee. And the few issues that we could not agree on, Your Excellency, as you will read in the report, there are issues that we referred to yourself and to His Excellency the President. But by and large, Your Excellency, as you have just told us there, the most important thing for this team and for our nation is not to forget what led us to the National Dialogue Committee, that there are indeed lives that were lost of Kenyans, there is property that was destroyed, and our economy taken aback for a moment. But the lessons, Your Excellency, that we have learned as a team and as Kenyans, that there is no task that is beyond people or a people in a country when they speak to each other and when they dialogue. We began as 2 teams that had their views on almost each of the issues that were before us. But we were able, through dialogue, to build consensus and agree. And I want to believe even the things that we have referred to you and His Excellency the President are issues that, considered together in the spirit of Kenyanhood, we shall be able to surmount and move together as a country. We have learned our lessons, and Your Excellency, as you have rightly told us, the best gift that we can give to those families who lost their loved ones, those who lost property, is to ensure that never again in this country shall violence become part of our political discourse, and that we shall always endeavor as a nation to speak with each other and resolve our issues amicably. With those many remarks, Your Excellency, let me say on behalf of this Kenya Kwanza team, for many of us it's our first time to be at Capitol Hill. And there's a time, there's a time, Your Excellency, we would not have set foot here. So we are indeed grateful that we are now here as part of the Kenya Kwanza team that are happy to have been welcomed here by yourself and your great team here. And we value you as a Kenyan, as a nationalist, an African statesman who has Kenyans and many Africans at heart. And Your Excellency, we have said elsewhere that even as you endeavor to take over the AU chairmanship, AU Commission chairmanship from the Honorable Musa, we support you as Kenyans. And we support you because you go to the AU not to represent Azimio or ODM, that you go there as a Kenyan. And whenever any one of us as Kenyans is gunning for a continental and international job, we are obligated as patriotic Kenyans to support. And we support your candidature, Your Excellency. And if there is anything we can do, we are ready to do, Your Excellency, to make sure that you clinch that position, because we know you have the stamina and you have the determination and the Pan-African spirit to be able to serve not just the people of Kenya, but the people of Africa and the world at large. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kimani. Thank you. Just
the report.
the report.
Just come forward.
We just now.
Forward.
Well, that's the NADCO report. It has officially been presented to the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Thank you. Now we can, yes?
Thank you very much, Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah and Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. This is the NADCO team, and I've been very delighted to welcome them here at our center to present the report of NADCO. You, of course, members of the Fourth Estate, live in Kenya, and you know very much the circumstances that led to the formation of this NADCO. At that time, Kenya was aflame, and as has already been pointed out, very many innocent Kenyans lost their lives. But now we have this report, and I'm only going to say a few things. We have today received the report of the National Dialogue Committee, which is a negotiated document that pulled the country out of hostilities to the peace that we have today. Two, I want to thank the two leaders, His Excellency Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, for the leadership that enabled us to get where we are today. I also thank the members from both sides of the talks for the commitment and dedication to national duty that they displayed. 4, getting into dialogue with an antagonist anywhere on earth is not an easy choice. It was not easy for Azimio to get into dialogue with the Kenya Kwanza. I believe it was equally not easy for our Kenya Kwanza counterparts. So thank you, Steve and Honorable Ichung'wah, for successfully navigating the strong undercurrents. 5, as we have said before, this document is not perfect, but it is a good start. If fully implemented, it offers an opportunity for peace and reforms that could put this country on a path of prolonged stability and equity in the years ahead. 6, as was the case with the process, this document has enemies from reactionary forces across the political divide, inside and outside Parliament. It requires vigilance. We need to look back and reflect on the circumstances that led to the dialogue and whether we really want to take Kenya back there. As we have said before, there are things we agreed to disagree on, and that includes the issue of the cost of living, which is of much importance to us. The government side demanded that we leave that matter to them, and we agreed for purposes of helping the country to move forward. But this is still a debt, and we are going to continue to press them to address this issue of high cost of living. We got positive results on a number of areas, including the electoral justice, transfer of all devolved functions, and the requisite resources to the county governments, raising equitable share to the county government, to not less than 20% of all revenue collected by the national government from the current 15%, among others. 9, we believe that these are significant reform mileages that, if implemented, can help strengthen our governance and electoral processes and safeguard our continuing quest to make Kenya a functioning democracy. 10. The issues contained in this document are not Azimio or Kenya Kwanza issues. These are Kenyan issues. They are our aspirations as the people of Kenya. Those issues should unite, not divide us. 11. Our position is that the report, including the various legislative proposals attendant to it, should be implemented without any alterations. And I want to repeat that our position is that the report, including the various legislative proposals attendant to it, should be implemented without alterations. We also feel strongly that the remaining processes be fast-tracked in Parliament. 13. In this regard, we need leadership from the very top, and therefore urge parliamentary leadership of the two coalitions, Honorable Chungwa and Honorable Wandai, to demonstrate patriotism, provide real leadership, and steer the next critical steps in this process to a required and speedy conclusion. 14. On our part, we commit to act in good faith and support this process to its logical conclusion. I will be in touch with Honorable William Ruto after he's been given this report, he's received this report, to see how we can get together to ensure that the other matters which have been referred to us are dealt with, and that report is implemented in the full. That is something that will be becoming hereafter. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't think we'll have questions because we'll be provided with the copies of the report for you to interrogate on your own. But I invite you to a photo session in the absence of the podium. Thank you. Okay, the late.
You're okay, you're okay. Yes, yes. Just face the camera.
Okay. Are we okay now? Thank you very much. God bless you all.